So, let's proceed with number 81. 81. The following can cause a shift of equilibrium except letter A, which is your catalyst. So, your concentration, your pressure, and your temperature can cause a shift of equilibrium. Your concentration, your pressure, and your temperature will cause a shift of equilibrium. The only exception here is your letter A, which is catalyst. Number 82, they are called soluble group. The answer here is your alkali metals. So alkali metals are called as your soluble group. So all salts of the alkali metals, or these are your group 1A in the periodic table, are water soluble, and the salts of the alkali group are more soluble than the salts of any other periodic group. So they are the most soluble group. Number 83, in the cation analysis, group 1 ions are often called as the insoluble chloride. So group 1 ions are often called the insoluble chloride group. Take note also, there are 3 cations which form white-colored insoluble chlorides. The 3 cations which form white-colored insoluble chlorides is your mercury, your silver, and your lead. Again, mercury, silver, and lead are the 3 cations which form white-colored insoluble chlorides. Number 84, in semi-micro procedures, the process of filtration is replaced by the use of letter B, centrifuge. So separations may be accomplished more rapidly in a centrifuge than under action of gravity. So, in centrifuge, it is more rapidly separated than any other action of gravity. So, the degree of separation that is attainable may be greater because the forces available are of higher order of magnitude. Okay. Number 85, it shows a similar properties to that of sodium and potassium is ammonium. So, ammonium shows a similar properties to that of sodium and potassium. The positive ammonium cation behaves in all respects like an alkali metal ion. So, your positive ammonium cation will act the same as your alkali metal ions. Number 86, a state in which the rate of forward and reverse reactions are the same. So, a state in which the rate of forward and reverse reactions are the same. From the word the same, the answer here is chemical equilibrium. Letter A. Number 87, a rule that states that when a stress is applied to a system in equilibrium, the equilibrium shifts to relieve the stress. So, the word to remember here is stress. The answer is Le Chatelier's principle. Number 88, produces a blood red coloration with thiocyanate ion and a blue precipitate with hexacyanoferrate is your ferric salts. So, letter A. Acidic ferric salt solutions give a dark blue precipitate with potassium ferrocyanide. Again, lumabas na naman yan, yung ferrous salts will result to a Turnbull's blue precipitate with potassium ferrocyanide, while your ferric salts plus potassium ferrocyanide will result to a Prussian blue precipitate. Okay. Number 89. A measure of a solution's acid strength, the negative common log of H30 is pH. So that is the definition of your pH. This number, the negative log, is called the hydrogen ion component and is designated by the symbol pH. So the negative common log of your hydrogen ion exponent is pH. Number 90, the isotope used in the determination of the volume of red blood cells and total blood volume is your chromium-51. Your sodium chromate Cr51 is used for determining blood cell volume or mass, studying red blood cell survival time, and evaluating blood loss. So in specific, that is your sodium chromate Cr51. Sodium chromate Cr51 is used in the determination of the volume of red blood cells and total blood volume. Kapag isotope naman yung tinatanong, your Cr51 will just be okay. Number 91, the amphoteric property of this compound prevents systemic alkalosis, that is your aluminum hydroxide gel. So aluminum hydroxide gel is amphoteric in character. Take note, your aluminum hydroxide gel is amphoteric in character, in which it prevents systemic alkalosis. So that is your letter A. Number 92. Number 92. Radiopharmaceutical agent for thyroid function is your sodium iodide 1-131. So, radiopharmaceutical agent for thyroid function is your sodium iodide 1-131. Remember again your TC99M antidronate, that is for bone imaging. So, the answer here is letter A. Kung napansin nyo, yung thyroid function, meron din yung iodine. So, in the presence of, kapag meron kayong nakikita na iodine or iodide, and nagtatanong sila ng thyroid function, automatically that is your iodine. So, letter A. Number 93, substance that shows strong conductivity property and a high degree of ionization, that is your letter A, strong electrolyte. Strong electrolyte are the substance that shows strong conductivity property and high degree of ionization. Number 94, the chemical properties of the elements depend upon the extent to which their electrons are lost. So, the chemical properties of the elements depend upon the extent to which their electrons are lost. Usually, the electrons in the outer shell are responsible for chemical reaction in compound formation. So, the electrons in the outer shell are responsible for the chemical reaction in compound formation. Number 95. It gives the spatial orientation of the electron cloud with respect to the three areas in space. So, the spatial orientation, remember, that is your magnetic quantum number. If it's looking for the spatial orientation, that is your magnetic quantum number, letter B. Number 96, an acid which is a proton donor yield a conjugate base, letter C. So, an acid which is a proton donor yield a conjugate base. That is in accordance with your Bronsted-Lowry concept. That is in accordance with the Bronsted-Lowry concept. Number 97. Substances that absorb moisture from the atmosphere and dissolve in it is, again, that is your deliquescent. So, a substance that absorb moisture from the atmosphere and dissolve in it is your deliquescent. As compared to your hygroscopic substances, these are the substances that absorbs moisture from the atmosphere, but it does not liquefy. While for your deliquescent, it liquefies. Or it, ayan. So in hygroscopic, it does not dissolve, while in deliquescent, it dissolves. So 98, this compound when mixed with the hemoglobin of the blood result in asphyxial death. Your carbon monoxide poisoning, letter B. 99, the following are oxidizing agents except your letter B. So your potassium dichromate, your sodium, your potassium dichromate, your iodine, and your potassium permanganates are very good oxidizing agents, while your sodium oxalate, letter B, is a good reducing agent. Number 100, the sum of the number of protons and neutrons of an atom is your mass number. So the sum of the number of protons and neutrons of an atom is your mass number. That is letter D. Letter D. All are iodine-containing preparations except your letter C, formol. So your betadine is a povidone iodine, while your Lugol solution is composed of your strong iodine solution plus your potassium iodide. So all of these are iodine-containing preparation except for your formol, letter C. Number 102. Any of the liquid is the temperature at which the liquid phase and the solid phase are in equilibrium under a pressure of 1 atmosphere. That is your freezing point. So, your freezing point of any liquid is the temperature at which liquid phase and the solid are in equilibrium. So, your solid and liquid is in equilibrium in liquid of any liquid is your freezing point. 103, Epsom salt is synonymous to your magnesium sulfate, which is widely used as, again, as saline cathartic. Your magnesium sulfate is widely used as saline cathartic. 104, preparation made by incorporating a solution of lead subacetate with an ointment base consisting of wool fat, white wax, white petroleum, and camphor is your Goulard's cerate. So the component of your Goulard's cerate, take note, lead acetate, lead subacetate, wool fat, white wax, white petroleum, and camphor is your Goulard's cerate. Ulitin, lead subacetate, wool fat, white wax, white petroleum, and camphor are the components of your Goulard's cerate. 105. The smallest particle of matter which enters into a chemical combination, of course, that is your atom. The smallest particle of matter is your atom.